Boom. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Geek on the grind and improving your mind every single video that we do, guys. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. So let's go right into today's topic, and it's going to be why looks don't matter. So we're going to get into this article to sort of illustrate our point here. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are talking about the Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater situation because people love to just gossip about celebrities because their lives are so boring that they have no reason, they have no other thing to do except just gossip about celebrities. So people are talking about Ariana Grande and how she's smashing the SpongeBob dude that's very ugly and short. That are people are saying, and people are basically saying, how could she? And this guy's also divorcing from his wife, by the way. A lot of celebrity relationships are flawed, so stop idolizing them because every relationship has secrets that they don't want you to know about, especially celebrity relationships, because they don't want you to know the ins and outs of what's really going on in Hollywood. So you'll just watch the movie, give them money, and don't talk about them. That's why celebrities like to stay out of the limelight in their personal life as much as possible because they know the propaganda and the reporters are going to make a big scene out of that, and they don't want that, especially for the families with their kids. So let's see what we're talking about here.
Yeah, so let me pull it up for you. I have the link to it in the description below so you can look at it yourself. And so it says Ariana Grande gets blasted by Ethan Slater's
Blasted.
estranged wife. She's not a girl's girl. So there's a little video here. It's like a 40-second clip. I'll probably we'll play it right now for you. I'm gonna get rid of the volume because it's just music. Ah, okay, got rid of it. So let me replay it so we can read it. Ethan Slater is saying thank you next to his wife.
Yeah, so just another celebrity marriage going and ending in divorce. A lot of guys, people think that they hold celebrities in such a high regard when they are flawed as well. A lot of people, they look at the Instagram models and they look at like people that they think are perfect online or in the movies, but in reality, everyone has their own problems, especially in relationships, because we need to remember most guys don't have game. Most guys are not leaders in their relationship and they don't know who they are and what they're doing, and they have no structure and organization to their life. So even celebrity dudes get into marriages and relationships that are actually not very good for them, but they do it anyway because they believe in what most of you guys believe in: Disney, fairy tale love, whatever. And they don't soul search who they really are and what they want, and they marry people who they're actually not compatible with, but they do either for like fame or other reasons, or maybe they just don't know and they don't vet the girl properly, and relationships turn out to be a disaster. That's why I know a lot of personal people in my life that have better relationships than most celebrities that you could think of on the internet. So this guy who is 5'5", he's pretty short, I'm pretty sure, and he's not attractive, but a lot of people, and he's just like this stage actor for the SpongeBob thing, and he and his wife are divorcing. So let's keep going through it.
Yeah, so it says the Broadway star filed for divorce from his wife in New York on July 26th, which was a couple days ago, to legal documents obtained by TMZ. Mm, yeah. As Jay broke her silence exclusively to us, saying that Ariana's the story really something, whatever. And look, this guy was SpongeBob for the SpongeBob musical live on stage.
Yeah, so I guess she
The pair were high school sweethearts and have been married for 4 years.
yeah, it's a lot of people. What a lot of people do, they get into relationships in like high school, and they don't really get time to find out who they really are and what they want. So they just jump into a relationship at an early age, and then as time goes on, they realize they're not actually compatible with their wife, and things are not what they once thought were. That's why I think it's important to people to really get to know themselves first before entering into certain relationships. And for men, you should get experience with different women before you get one, so you know what your taste is, you know what you like, and all that. Otherwise, a lot of, sometimes it works out, but a lot of times it does not because it starts on bad terms, or it's just not, the couple's not really compatible, but they don't realize because they're so young and they don't really know too much. And then as time goes on, they realize, oh, I made a mistake. And then you're on child support. So let's keep going.
Let's see. The divorce finally comes after his relationship with his Wicked co-star Ariana Grande went public.
Yeah. So the lesson there is that a lot of people, I mean, even whether it be celebrities or people that people are smashing behind the scenes. There are things going on behind the scenes that you guys will never understand, and everything on the outside is much of the time it's fake. People don't really tell you who they really are, and a lot of people are either cheating out there or they're unfaithful. And there's a lot of things that go, but a lot of people are just basically not who you think they are. And a lot of people are angry because this guy is like, how could he smash Ariana Grande is like one of the hottest girls in the world? How could he do that? Well, maybe it's not because of his height or the way he looks. Maybe he might have a high social intelligence and he makes her feel sexy. He makes her feel like an actual woman enough to leave his wife that he has now and smash Ariana Grande for whatever reason. But everybody's basically like, well, how could Ariana Grande get with this loser who's out of her league? Well, it's simple. They have a sexual probably chemistry, and it's probably you know it's probably how do I say it? They're just you know you know what I mean.
She has some sort of sexual desire for him. There is something that he might have done.
Probably knows how to talk.
No,
To
yeah,
her.
depending on, like, it's all based on game. It's not based on looks at all, not based on his status, because she probably her net worth is probably double his. Let's just let's just put that out there right now. That's most likely the case. Um, but the thing is that even though she technically has a higher status than him, they're still in the same type of realm of work, and so they work together. And he just either had some sort of game that, he was working with Ariana Grande, so like he was acting a specific way that, I guess that either he normally acts always, or he was putting on a show for her, pretty much, to where she was actually sexually attracted to him for doing these things that he was doing, for her to want to, pretty much have sex with him and have him cheat on his wife, which not
Yeah,
good.
cheating is not good. We say it all the time. Like, men do not cheat, but males cheat. And the reason guys cheat is because they don't know who they are and what they want, and they're not clear with their intentions from the beginning, and they're not honest with themselves, and they're not honest with their women. I will tell go straight up from the beginning. Depending on who they like, I'm just trying to fuck. I'm just trying to have sex. If you don't like it, cool, bye. In fact, I try my best to get rid of girls quickly as possible, but like, I really try to get through them. That way, I know which girls I want to keep around and what girls I need to go away. You need to be talking to a lot of women if you're living a certain life. That way, you have to find new leads and new matches and always be working on yourself. But you don't want to be lying to girls out there and being inauthentic to who you truly are.
You
Yo. And it's very important to understand yourself when being in relationships. That way, you can set the boundaries that relate to you, and you could find someone who is sexually compatible to you and can actually be a compliment to your life instead of, ending up destroy your banking account.
Exactly. And everyone always, like we were saying just before, like everyone says, "Oh, you need to have looks, you need to have money, you need to have
Yeah,
status,
the
you need
whole
to have
Andrew
all
Tate
these,
kind of
you need to
way
have
of
all
life.
these things."
But it
Like
goes
it's
beyond that.
like, yeah, it goes way beyond that. It's good to have those things. It helps your life, specifically your life, better to have money, have status, have all these things. But you don't need that to get girls. You just need to have game. You need to be able to have social intelligence. You need to be able to talk to women properly. You need to be able to, sexually attract them. Um, Scenic Raw, he says, "Do you guys think the West is failing?" Um,
Well, there's
I
a
think the world is
imbalance.
failing, but
Yeah, well, yeah,
though I
yeah,
mean the West is just falling harder, I feel.
yeah. There's a big there's a gender war kind of like going on, but it's
Woman
kind of
wise.
woman wise. I
Woman
mean,
wise,
well, the problem is the lack of male leadership is the problem. The
yeah.
lack of men being men. If men were setting boundaries and being in control of their own lives, and they would be knowing who they are, and they wouldn't be messing up. A masculine man will make a feminine woman. So if you're a leader in your relationship and you're actually being who you are, you're going to naturally attract women who are just going to make your life easier. But if men are just simping all day for these girls and they don't know who they are and they mess things and they're not leaders, the women can't follow them, and women just are chaotic in their own nature alone without men. So if I believe in just male leadership.
Yeah, I think what it really is actually is it's I think it's a man's fault. The problems that we have in the West dealing with women is because of men. Men who become weak create stronger women who hate men and create weaker men. So then there's just an evolution cycle of men becoming weaker and women becoming stronger, and then there's that polarity dynamic where it's flipped. Everything is now flipped over, and it's not how it should be. Everything is opposite, and we need to fix it. And
Right.
I feel like the only way to do that is pretty much just show your, like, do it with yourself, and try to spread it through the way that you act, just like doing just acting the way that you normally would, be masculine, do all these types of masculine things, only deal with women that are compatible to you or are complementary to your life. Don't deal with any women that are that are not like that, because you don't want to deal with any of that type of crap,
Yeah.
because you know that they will give you crap.
Yeah, like on an individual level, let's say you're a guy who complains about women. Well, let's say a woman gives you a hard time and you continue to allow that behavior from a woman, and then you go on the internet and then you complain about women. Well, you're allowing a woman to disrespect you and treat you badly. So whose fault is that really? Because when a woman disrespects me in any way, she's out the door. She's done. It is over. 100%. I know what I can tolerate and I know who I am as a man. And if a woman disrespects me, like let's say you have a house and a woman enters your house and you tell her to take her shoes off when she first enters the house. If she first enters the house and she takes her shoes off and she listens to your direction, green light. Good. What a good start. If a woman enters your house and you have a boundary, I want you to take your shoes off because I like having a clean carpet. And she says, I don't really want to take my shoes off. Done. That's it. She's
Get out.
automatically, and then
Leave my
it is up
house.
to you to set the law of the house of your house as a man, and then she could either leave or she could stay based on what rules you have for your own life. That is a very simple example of. And if a woman disrespects you, just tell her to leave. You can't complain about women if you don't have problems with women. I don't have problems with women because I know what I allow into my life and what behavior I allow to come to me. My friends treat me with respect. Like Mike is a good friend to me. Otherwise, we would not be friends. And
Exactly.
vice versa. If I came into Mike's house and I were to start breaking things and I was just a piece of shit, Mike would kick me out and we would not be on this YouTube channel and he would do a solo act from now on.
Exactly.
But it would not be as cool.
Yeah. Singapore also says Sims are people without abundance. I think it is even more than that. Not only do they not have abundance, but they don't have social intelligence either. I feel like they lack social intelligence so much that
And
they
they don't
need
have
to
any ambition.
or ambition, yeah, to the point where they have to go online to subscribe to women online to try to talk to them online, so they're not doing it face to face, so they don't have to actually be around each other, but they like want it, but they just can't do it because they're too afraid to. Like you won't see someone who's subscribed to an OnlyFans account going up to some girl at a bar and trying to have a conversation with them. You never see something like that. So it's not just abundance mentality, because or the lack of abundance mentality. It's just so many other things on top of
A
that.
lot of guys just pedestalize women to a point of no return. So guys will be like, Ariana Grande is so beautiful, and I can never get a girl like her because she's out of my league. It's like, what if I'm out of her league?
Or
You
what if
guys
she's
ever
out of
think
my
that?
league?
Yeah,
Like what if she's below me?
yeah. You don't
Below.
know. You don't know that these celebrity women are they're just crying at night because they're insecure. That's why you see the girls wearing their pants over their stomach all the time. No, these girls are insecure as fuck, and you guys think of them as princesses. A woman is not a princess unless I deem her a princess in my life. Like you literally you decide when you want to propose to a woman. Like you actually you allow a woman to be your wife. Like men have more control and more leadership over their life than they could ever dream, but they just give their power away and they pedestalize women because they think they're so perfect. But we are the natural born leaders and we give our power away. When you do that and women see you as weak, then you're going to cause a natural imbalance in the universe. And when that happens, that's when the West starts falling. That's when society starts crumbling. It's the fall of Rome kind of thing.
Yeah. And you said most of them are useless. I don't
They make
f-
themselves
they
useless.
yeah, I also take this as that he's also talking about women. I don't think women are useless. I think
I'll
I
give
think
them
they're
something to
smart.
do. I'll
I,
I'll, I'll give them chores to do around the house. Make it clean up. Like no, they're useful. They're very useful, especially when they
but
have nice
but
nails. Scratch my back.
but
Oh
you
my
know what?
god.
They are smart though.
Yeah, yeah. A lot
They're
smarter than
very
guys
smart.
think.
They're very sneaky. Gotta be very
They
careful.
can be because a lot of guys allow manipulation to find them and they do not detect when a woman is actually using game on them. Because actually, women has a very high quality of social intelligence, and if you're not able to spot certain things and certain behaviors, then you're going to get wrecked.
Yeah, because you got
But
to
it
think
comes
about
from
it this way.
experience. You have to be experienced, go out in the world and learn by actually putting yourself out there and not giving a shit what other people think and actually going to talk to people and understand human nature at its finest, which most people are too scared to do because, as I say all the time, guys will go to the military and they'll sacrifice their life, possibly going to Ukraine one day, but they're scared to go talk to a girl at across the parking lot or the Starbucks line. But no, go to war greater than talking to a girl, you know.
Just a random
Yeah.
random woman. It's so it's so funny. It's just so funny to like see the polarity in that, and like the duality of man. The duality of man of like wanting to, I mean, like wanting to go to war is like, is a cool thing. It's like an honorable thing, but at the same time, like a lot of the guys that go into the army and the military, they are not, they're just not fully 100% there in at least in that aspect, dealing with dating and dealing with women in general. They know how to deal with men because they will destroy them, they
Well,
will
women
they
have a
will
lot
murder
more
them.
experience with men than men have with women because you guys don't realize that these women are fucking out here. Trust me.
Oh
If not me
yeah,
or not you, it's someone
somebody.
out there that is smashing them behind the scenes, but that's not going to be publicly said because no one likes to talk about that kind of stuff. But only it's one of those like if you know kind of things. But the problem is looks matter to an extent, but it really comes down to what's here. It's not about what's here necessarily. It's about what's in your mind that will push you to do great things.
He said, I've been seeing a lot of soy boys with these hot chicks. I'm like, what? WTF? Is it the birth control?
Actually, I really, I used to be pro birth control. I used to be, but after we're looking at some studies and seeing what's going on. Really, I've changed my mind about birth control. I no longer like women that are on birth control because, yeah, I think that there has been studies proving that women view feelings towards men in a different way compared to on birth control versus off birth control,
Yeah, it's
and it
something with
kind of
that.
so
Something that fucks up with the
so
hormones,
it
man.
could be a factor, but the main thing is game. The main thing is how you make a woman feel. So you could be ugly as
Yeah,
fuck, i.e.,
you can.
Danny DeVito, but you can still make a woman feel sexy. You can make her feel more of a woman than any hot guy ever could because
Yeah,
you have a way of talking to a pussy that no other guy ever has. And when you talk a certain girl's language in a certain way, and you're that guy, no matter what muscles or money you have, the way you talk to her will light her up more than anything any other guy could do. That's the true power because a lot of guys are always trying to have sex with a woman's vagina, but what really matters is having sex with her mind. That is a very powerful thing. Only few will know. That's why you could be a hot guy still get cheated on by a girl because you only have so much. A woman having a Bugatti does not make a woman wet. Having a Nissan GTR, which I one day will have when we become super successful, one day,
one day.
not today, but one day. When I have my Nissan GTR, no woman has ever said, "Wow, that car made me so wet." What?
What?
No one has ever said. I mean, maybe like windshields, like hold your bicep. Wow, that might be a little something. But you got to be that guy. The only way to be that guy is to get experience and know who you are and develop a certain persona about yourself and be a certain character. And the right woman will come to you. And the only way to do that is to put yourself out there and go and talk to a lot of girls. And the right ones will find you, and the right ones will be compatible to you. And then you'll know from there. But you have to go out and experience.
Yeah, and like we said, it doesn't matter about looks. It doesn't matter. You can look like a soy boy. You can look like, skinny ass kid, scrawny, no muscles.
You could
You
be a
can,
soy
like,
boy that says, "Hey, I want you to make me a Colombian coffee, no heavy whipping cream. I
yeah,
want you to,
yeah. It's
stir it in
based on how
like
you talk. It's how you talk to them, like how you interact and how you do things.
a woman knows a guy from like the first few seconds that he says. She could tell by your tonality, by your body language, by the way you talk, by the way you walk, by the way you act, everything about your character, your essence. She can detect immediately whether you're a bitch or whether you're someone. You could be like 5'3" and you could still bag a baddie baddie, even though I don't know about that because I make baddies all the time. Because baddies are a girl who actually is following what I'm trying to explain to her and what I'm trying to do. And if she's not on my shit, like you could be a 10 out of 10 woman, you could be Ariana Grande, but if you come into my house and you don't take your shoes off on the carpet when I tell you to, my dick is automatically soft anyway. So you're useless to me because I can't even do anything with this now because you've turned me off.
It's done. It's over.
Yeah,
You
I
must
can't.
you must now leave.
If you cannot bring me a black coffee at for our workout. I don't know what there's no potential in you.
There's nothing
Guys
left.
don't realize that a woman's looks is nothing compared to what she could do for you in other ways. I mean, even like fat girls, like you can take a fat girl and not only make her skinnier by giving her a program and help making her healthier and her following your leadership, but she could also just have a really good personality. You could actually get along, but to each their own, I
Yeah,
guess.
and like even with that, like if you were to like start to see a girl who is heavier set, and she will probably, if you have good game and you have a good head on your shoulders and you have a good mindset and you have all these good qualities, she will lose weight on her own because she wants to follow your lead. Even if you don't even tell her to do so, she will do it for you.
Yeah, we got to do a whole live stream on that, and that's coming soon. But
Yeah.
it really, it's about the mind. It really everything goes back to the mind itself, and it's all about how you portray yourself and how you walk that can determine the quality of people that you allow into your life.
Now, this guy, so there's a we had done a live stream with two actual female poets on our channel. Go to our channel, go to our lives.
There's a point to that. Actually, I will say something very interesting. A lot of girls in real life don't want to come on a podcast. That's
Yeah,
that's one of the problems. Because we do try sometimes, but a lot of girls they're very camera shy. A lot of girls that go
very.
on podcasts like that, they're promoting their OnlyFans, Instagrams. They're trying to get attention that
Yeah.
way. I'm not saying all of them. I know some of them are, but a lot of girls are just very scheduling issues as well. Because Mike and I both work actual jobs, so scheduling alone. But we would be down for that. But it's hard to actually get girls that could fit into our schedule and then do a whole thing, let alone male guests, like
Let alone
having other
males, yeah.
people come here in general because
Anyone.
a lot of people are, because we've had a good few interviews, like Mr. Lucario, C. The Dean Williams. We've actually had some really good, Damian Rucci, Sterling Cooper. I mean, there's quite a
Yeah,
few.
we've had a bunch of different people on here.
But
Yeah,
getting
good
girls on,
conversations.
but also another problem with getting girls on podcasts is they're not really going to tell you the real shit on a public platform online. You get the real shit from girls when you're laying next to them in the bed after you just fucked them. That's when they tell you the good shit. That's when you get the real them after they fully submit to you and they actually that's because a lot of the things I know about the real world and the way things actually are, just from girls being real with me, uh, like super real. Like I've had girls tell me crazy shit, but you're only gonna know that on a deeper level when you're not being filmed. Because when girls are being filmed, they automatically put on an act. It's not even them; it's them, but they're not giving you all of them. That's why a lot of these girls will never be truly honest on these podcasts. You're never gonna get the real truth, and you can't listen to what women say anyway. I've had girls. I mean, there were girls like I only like guys who are 6 foot. He has to have 10-inch dick, and he has to make 100K a year. I make none of that. And I mean, shit, over 100 women in my back seat. I had no house. Well, I mean, no, I had a house, but I used to live with my parents, and I couldn't, But it, I just because I didn't have a nice car, a nice house, or anything, it doesn't mean still wasn't smashing.
Yeah,
Girls were paying hotels for me. Girls were paying for the hotel room so I can go in there. Like, I mean, it's one of those. Once again, it's one of those. If you know, you know, and people just don't know.
people definitely don't know. But yeah, so guys, looks, muscles, they don't all these different things help, but
They
they
do help, but
don't.
they're not the ultimate.
Yeah, they don't get you the girls. They send you your way. They definitely send you your way, but it's up to you to actually act and know and vet these women to then find compatible women that you want to keep around in your life. The money, the looks, the all these different things, the muscles, everything like that, the status, all these things only matter to help your life just be better in general, just not even including women. Women will come because that you have these things. About 75% of them will come to you because of those things, and then it's up to you to like notice that they're here, vet them out, figure out which ones are the good ones and which ones you need to get rid of, and then get rid of them, and then only deal with the ones that you feel that you're most compatible with.
Yeah, even if you're at a bar and you look really good, and let's say a woman approaches you, and you
Which
have the
doesn't always happen.
looks, you got the status or whatever, but as soon as you open your mouth, as soon as you start talking, you can turn her off instantly with just a few words because you don't got the game. And that's why, people don't understand that looks are not the end all be all, because it's what you say and how you say it and the way you carry yourself is what's going to really turn her on. Looks is all, it's a facade at first, but when you get to know someone and when you start talking to them, that's when the show really goes down, and that's when you get to actually open her up. So any other thoughts?
Um, no, guys. The whole thing with this case that we kind of went through in the beginning that we pretty much just stopped talking about because we pretty much got to the point of it. The thing is, guys, number one, don't cheat on your wives.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Uh, you want to have game. This guy, Ethan Slater, has a lot of game. You have to be, yes, just like Scenic Bra saying right here. You need to
Well,
be.
he doesn't have a lot too much game because he's cheating on his wife, and
Yeah,
that makes him dumb. He
I
should
mean,
so
he had enough game to
yeah, don't cheat. At least
sleep with
divorce
Ariana
first. Yeah,
Grande, but
yeah.
yeah,
She's
just
gonna
he just made poor decisions. He
she's gonna
made
win a
poor
lot
life
of money for
decisions.
that cheating.
Oh yeah,
The state's not gonna look fondly about that,
oh
but
yeah, he is definitely
yeah,
screwed.
being
But
funny is part of charisma.
yeah,
Naturally funny. It's learned charisma, and that can happen. That a lot of that comes from learned experience, going out and putting yourself out there and talking to a lot of people in general, and just developing a character, developing a persona about yourself that you develop over time and experience and consistency. Being a social person like me, I literally Mike knows I've always I've transformed over the years, but I'm naturally charismatic because it's just who I am. I create my own lines. Like
he
literally, like
does. He just says things, and
I
then
just do things. Like people at work will ask me, "How you doing today?" And the average guy says, "I'm doing good." I say the truth, which is, I'm neutral. How about you? And then they were like, "What?" They never heard anyone say that before. That's like one of my things that I say. And the reason I say this is because it's actually true. Because I'm not feeling good or bad. Because when I'm at work, I'm pretty stoic, so I'd be chilling. But people, people don't understand, and so that response catches them off guard. That's just a small glimpse of how I'm different from others. But everyone has their own style. So being
yeah,
funny is natural, depending on who you are, as long as you're not trying to copy people. But
yeah.
you got to develop your own style. Anything else, Mike?
No, I think we did good.
All right, guys. So yeah, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Definitely leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts, guys, on the topic of today's live stream, and we're going to see you guys in the next video.